All right. I'll clear my throat before we start. Of course, we're live because that had to happen. But here we are. I did it again, right? Damn, I'm bad at this. All right. Well, I got Shania Gowan, another badass Floridian that's out across our country doing some big things. She was a three-time state champ at Dr. Phillips, seven-time All-American, two-time All-American dual team, two-time Metro champ, 2019 Tricia Saunders Award, which is presented to one exceptional female student athlete. That was her at Dr. Phillips. Now she's at Missouri Baptist doing big things. Miss Shania Gowan, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi, guys.
We are here. We are live. I know I'm silly, but at least we make it fun. You think you're nervous, I'll get you right past that.
Okay.
You
What's
can't.
up?
Oh, it's
What's
my
up?
coach, Coach
What's
Jack.
up, Coach?
How you doing?
Good, man. Hey, you can come on anytime, Coach.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, whatever.
No. Trust me. I just did a podcast with my three boys, a Missouri podcast. So
Oh, nice.
it was more of a comedy.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to help. It's been fun. Well, you have three Florida studs in your room, so that's awesome. Hey, so what's this summer been like? A little different, huh?
Very different. Adjusting to limiting the people in the room, and training was different. No gyms were open, and just having to train outside. And we were locked up kind of for like 3 months. So
Yeah, what's up with that? Were you home or were you up there?
I was home.
Oh, nice. So you got to experience the lockdown here.
Yeah.
When did you finally get back to Missouri?
I came back in August, mid-August.
Oh, nice. So are they starting to, is the state starting to open back up again?
Yeah, we have online classes, and then some days we'll have face-to-face, but it's like 5 people in the classroom.
Oh, wow. Have like the dorms are open back up and stuff like that, or still nothing?
Yeah, the dorms are open.
Cool. Yeah, because I hear different things. I hear some dorms open around the country, some not. Anywhere from like the boarding prep schools to the colleges that have people living on campus. So I guess it just depends on what level your state is at.
Yeah.
Well, that's when were you able to kind of get back on the mat with your teammates?
We started to get back on the mat late August.
Oh, good, man. How'd that feel? Had to feel good, huh?
Good. It felt great to be back on the mat.
Get that first sweat in. I remember my son's been locked down because my wife's been really, really strict.
Mm-hmm.
First time someone came by the house that wasn't his little brother, because obviously that's not a competition for him. You know, he's 15, the kid's 12, so it's a little different, right?
Yeah.
But one of his friends came over, and I remember him getting done wrestling. He was like, "Oh my God, I can't breathe." It's been a long time. You know, he's in shape, but he's not conditioned. You know, and
Yeah.
I think timing was off and everything. I mean, you can do so much drilling by yourself, but I guess until you really get that reactionary time in,
Yep.
and that's what I'm being told. I'm not very smart at this, but I'm getting educated by all these awesome wrestlers out there. But so, you know, first of all, I mean, is your coach still there?
Yes.
All right, so then we'll go into this question. Choosing Missouri Baptist. We'll do that one since you got your coach right there. Hey, so what made Missouri Baptist the right spot for you? You know, what made you choose them? And what's happening, Coach?
How you doing?
Good. Look at that. Surprise visit from the coach of Missouri Baptist. Where's Shania going?
Right here. I didn't find the speak.
That was not a pun. Shania Gowan, Shania Gowan. I was like, where's Shania going? You guys don't get it. You see what I was trying to do there, right? Stupid, fun? No. All right. Well, anyway, now we got her coach right there. Hey, so what made you choose Missouri Baptist? Why is Missouri Baptist the right place for you? And tell us why other girls should choose this school. I do know that Coach and Kerwin have been buddies for years. I have heard that, so there's kind of a streamline from DP to Missouri. But you know, why was it right for you?
Well, a reason why is because Coach Kerwin and Coach Jackson are like brothers. So it was like another father figure. And Coach Jackson, he is a teddy bear. So he's he has a good heart. He listens and he gives good advice and he's always there. He never gives up, just like Coach Kerwin. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, I want this
Kind of
kid.
an extension from Kerwin, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's pretend he's not in the room. Tell us what you really feel about it. So tell us about the culture, the philosophy there, why, you know, obviously it was the right place for you, but why you would tell other girls when they're out, when it's time for them to consider colleges, why it should be one they visit.
Um, everyone here is let's see how you say it. Everyone here is like sisters on the mat. So whatever problem we have or altercation we have outside of campus, we're always a family first in the room. Sisters argue, sisters, fight, but we still love each other. So I just feel like, yeah.
Hey, coach, man, girls are growing, huh? The programs are getting bigger. There's so many schools opening up. I've had a few different, I just had the Indiana Tech coach on. He put a room there. You see that they got one in North Central. A lot of programs around the country open up. That's got to be I mean, obviously you want I guess it's a win lose kind of thing, right? You want a lot of the good girls to come and choose your school, but also as more schools offer it, more girls start to wrestle, more opportunities come, and kind of it's got to help a little bit, right? With all these states getting sanctioned.
Well, my women's program, I started in 2008. And so it's kind of cool to see the growth of the sport, both with programs and participation of female wrestlers. Um, but it does make recruiting harder, obviously. Um, and, there's advice that I give, all the girls when they're looking for a place to continue their wrestling and also get a degree, and things that I tell them about the location and the fit with the coach and the degree that you want. What I can tell you as far as choosing Missouri Baptist University, it's a great location. We're 15 minutes from the airport. And so, a kid doesn't have to worry about flying in and then driving 2 hours. The other thing is it's an established program, like I said, since 2008. And, we've had national champs, world team members. Helen Morales was a national champ for me as a freshman, went on to win Olympic championship. And most recently in 2019.
Yeah, she's not bad.
Nope, nope, nope. Wish I could have kept her, but
Oh,
I've had a WCWA and NAI national champion, Diamond Guilford. Sometimes mine get so good quick. It's hard to keep them. They want to.
you're NAIA, right, or are you Division III?
We're NAI. We're NAI.
It's amazing the growth. I mean, just since I learned about NAIA by starting this show, I had no idea. I just wanted to talk wrestling. I wanted people to hear a story. I wanted people to meet people that were other than like the Olympic athlete, right? And then I got introduced to all these different options. But what I've been talking to all the NAIA coaches, Omi and Britt and so on and so forth, and um, it seems like communication. It's like you guys are like a club, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
there's
Well, because sometimes we feel like it's just NCAA. And what I will tell you, as far as women's wrestling, NAIA has been the flagship, and continues to carry that banner of growth in women's wrestling. I mean, we far exceed any other division in active programs and participants. And so, we send girls to wrestle at the highest level of competition. Tamara Mensa-Stock, NAIA girl, Jakara Winchester, NAIA girl, Sarah Hildebrandt, NAIA girl. The list goes on. Mallory Velty, NAIA girl. So, it goes on. Force Molinari, NAIA girl, it just continues to go on as
Yeah,
far
that's
as
awesome. Yeah,
girls.
man, I noticed like, coaches in the NAIA world tell me that there's sometimes I'm recruiting a girl, but maybe I don't have their major or something they want to do. And I'm not looking to force them to come here when I know I don't have their major. And I pick up the phone and I call an Ashley Sword, or I call a Arelis Valles, or I call whoever, and I'm like, hey, look, I got this great girl. I just don't have the major, but I think you should talk to her. And I just found that to be, it's pretty cool, that the coaching community can come together like that because it's about the kid.
Oh yeah, and in the end, it's the rewards that you get as a coach. Obviously when they win national titles, but what I love more than anything is when I have girls that go out and be contributors to the communities where they live. I've got Sarah Doty. She was formerly Sarah Bollinger, and she was a coach for a while in Kansas, a collegiate coach. Now she's running the Illinois Wrestling Federation freestyle here in Edwardsville, Illinois, which is right across the river. And, to see her get married and have a kid and, come in and bring me the brand new born baby and get footprints on a letter of intent. Those things are really, those things are really cool. And those are more rewarding things.
What can you say about our Florida girls here, man? You seem to be locked in to Florida, and how is girls wrestling in Florida comparing to the rest of the country?
I think overall every state has a lot of talent. Dr. Phillips had the privilege of, having a very talented coach who had wrestled at the collegiate level. So what I have seen through the years is not all of the girls in any of the states get the best coaches. And so the advantage that Dr. Phillips had was getting a coach who had wrestled collegiately, had a quality level success, and has a passion for the sport. And so I think that that's part of the base of creating a culture. And when you can create a culture in a high school, that's why you see the continued success that Dr. Phillips had. My big thing is wanting to get more states to sanction it right away. Missouri decided to sanction it, and I mean, it was crazy. The first year they sanctioned it, it was gigantic. And so, the level of talent initially when I first started, really, you recruited California, you recruited Hawaii, those states that had already sanctioned it and had a big participation pool. But now you have more states that are doing it. I think it's a disservice for a high school athletic association not to create, the opportunity for these young girls to experience something that young boys are experiencing, which creates all the things that we say we want student athletes to have as they matriculate from high school into collegiate and adulthood.
And it's great. Florida just sanctioned it starting next year, so that's awesome. And I know I was speaking to one of your teammates earlier last week or the week before, I remember, and I said, man, it'd be cool to see all the state champs back in the room during that first kind of sanctioning tournament. All you girls come out and do big things. But how do you feel about that, Shania? That you're part of that wave of girls that came up through the youth programs and um, where it wasn't sanctioned, and maybe you didn't have the opportunities that you've created for these girls coming up behind you. How awesome is it going to be to see those young ladies get the opportunities that maybe you didn't have?
I'm extremely happy that we're getting sanctioned because we've worked so hard, to get sanctioned. But I am proud of the females that are behind that's working their way up, that continues to practice and train, and they're gonna be great.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Well, and I appreciate you coming on, Coach. That's super cool of you. Let me ask Shania, let's talk about the great Kerwin Adderley. I know he mentioned it. They've been friends for years. There's kind of you know, a line from DP to Missouri Baptist, and but talk about what Kerwin Adderley has meant to you, has meant to Dr. Phillips, has meant to that program.
Coach Kerwin, he is an amazing guy itself. He he has put so much into the sport, into the school, into coaching, and he is he's a father figure to a lot of the females that's on the team. Um, Personally, he never gave up on me, and he's always pushed me to be where I'm at today. When I started wrestling, I was 230, and the one thing he was just worried about was me being healthy, not being good on the mat. He was just wanting me to be healthy. Then it worked my way up. So
Where do you wrestle at now?
170, 155, 170.
Damn, girl. Nice. That's
Yeah.
got to be, and you got to be real strong at that weight, huh?
Yes, sir.
How about that, coach? She any good?
She needs to get stronger. She
You
needs,
know,
she needs to get more core strength.
nice.
My core is 10 times stronger than hers, and I'm 53. So
Oh, well, there you go, Shania. Hey, a good question, and maybe both of you can answer this question. When do you guys recommend young ladies should start to experience freestyle?
we might have different. Well, the second they start wrestling, they should start freestyle
So they know both.
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
because I know at some point you have to get these girls as a coach. I know you're doing folk style youth wise, but at some point you got to incorporate it because once they're done with high school, there is no more. And then all the tournaments they go to during the youth are mostly freestyle, right?
A good portion of it. The thing is, America is the only country in the world that's got its form of style of wrestling that's not freestyle. Everybody else wrestles freestyle. And so I think that's advantageous for those other countries in the world. But as a coach, educated coaches will teach kids techniques that are going to be useful and successful in both styles of wrestling.
Awesome. When did you start, Shania?
I started to nationals, so I was kind of like right away, a little bit after my folk style season.
So your freshman year,
Freshman year,
I
yeah.
gotta help her sometimes.
Yeah.
Freshman year.
Well, that's cool. And I would imagine that, the level of coach that Kerwin is probably started you out. I know that, and like I said, I'm learning. I've seen where most clubs or high schools will go folk style, and then into the spring they'll have a freestyle season, and then back to getting ready for the season, right? Is that kind of the normal routine around the country?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But you got UWW juniors scheduled in November, so some of those high school seniors will be participating in that. So
That should be fun. And I think I saw it yesterday, right? In Omaha or something.
yeah.
Very cool.
Well, that'll probably be our first competition
You going, Shania?
if she's healthy.
If her core is strong enough.
If she can hold a plate longer than me.
If
He's talented.
you can beat me through the buffet.
Oh, we got jokes. My mom and my sister live in Tampa. I'm gonna make sure they find you.
Yes, please do that. When you come down, my sister and brother-in-law are partners in a brewery down in St. Pete. So
Okay.
I tell everybody, everybody out there, I know I've been saying this since April 6th, but they're just not ready for us yet. I've talked to them, they're open, but the minute I say I'm going to that brewery and I reach out to all you people, I know it's going to be packed. So we gotta give them a little time to get used to the new process.
Yeah, you should get free everything then for
Yeah,
marketing.
I love it. Hey, so what would now you're the coach, obviously. So during recruiting, I would say to you during the recruiting process, how do you, uh, what do you tell young ladies to do to prepare for the next level? And now that you've experienced Shania, what would you have? What would Shania in 11th grade have done differently to prepare for the next level?
Um, no, she's got a great foundation. I'm all about keep it simple, stupid. And sometimes, I tell all of my wrestlers, the best wrestlers had the level of discipline to drill the same thing over and over again. And a lot of times, I'll bring them in and I'm like, okay, drill what you want. And when I see junk, I'll make signs like I'm about to throw up or that I'm disemboweling myself with what I saw them drill. And it's so true because wrestling is not a sport like diving where you score with degrees of difficulty. And I tell everybody, keep it simple, and grow as you're able to grow with techniques. And I've done a good job with my women's program with getting girls that buy in, um, you know, to be very successful. I've got a young lady who came through my program, graduated, and she was seventh as a freshman, fifth as a sophomore, third as a junior, and then wanted her senior year. And she was a girl, recruiting her out of high school. You wouldn't think she was going to be a national champ, Cheyenne Youngblood. But I mean, she went on and she won a national title and pretty much controlled somebody on paper, Megan Black, um, in the national finals, controlled that match with basics, good sprawls, beating the head, control the underhooks, ties, and chasing hamstring.
Shania, when you go back to the room and you're talking to the young ladies in high school, what are some of the pointers you tell these young ladies to prepare them for the college room? Because from what I hear from boys and girls, like yourself, you could be a three-time state champ, but when you enter the college level, everybody's been at your level, right? So, what do you tell these young ladies when you're in the room with them to prepare them for the next level?
I would just say listen to the coach. Don't get in your head a lot because if you lie to yourself and continue to say things that in your head that doesn't isn't true, then you start believing it. I would just say take your time. Like if you're a freshman, you don't need to be at your highest peak in college. It's just one practice at a time. You don't have to have in practice it doesn't have to be this big. You could get good like this bit. This bit is, good.
They got to believe in the
Yeah.
process. It's with anything, believe in the process.
Yep.
You can buy pancakes and not read the instructions and totally screw it up. But if you read the instruction, you follow the process that's been successful before, usually you get in. And part of that's buying in.
I wish I was a better. I don't know how to I'm getting better at like being a dad, right? Little by little, right? Um, but like my son came home last night and he jumped on the bike. He's trying to get to his weight for tomorrow afternoon for the qualifier. So, he had his suit on, he's riding his bike. But I'll add, he's getting better at answering me without kind of frustration. So I'll say like, hey, how'd you do at practice? And I could tell something bad was coming because usually he's like, oh yeah, I did good. I did this. He went like this. Man, I don't understand. Sometimes with my drill partner, I can compete. And sometimes he just whoops my ass. And I'm like, well, first of all, you're drilling with a kid that wrestles for Lake Highland Prep, which is a program that is very good. He's good, but that's okay because you're not going to get better if you're drilling with somebody equal or lesser to you. So keep getting your butt whooped, and I hope I'm saying the right thing to him, but he's going out there and working.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, yeah, well, that's what I try and do as a dad. And I hope I'm telling him right, but he gets back out there and does his thing. What, I had something I was gonna ask both of you again, but I lost my train of thought. That's okay. I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm getting great. I'm
Now,
getting,
oh, don't, hey, look at that.
yeah, I'm getting great.
I got it in my beard.
Yeah, I got some there too. Yeah, you can't see it, but it's there.
I still look good. So
Shania, you got gray hair yet?
No, not yet.
You're doing
she's giving me a few.
Oh, it's awesome. Well, hey, so let's do the 10 questions. You ready?
Sure.
All right, high C or ankle pick?
High C.
Hi, C.
All right, snow cones or ice cream cones?
Ice cream cones. Ice
Doesn't matter to you. There's no rules to this, so answer it any way you
Doesn't
want.
matter.
cream.
Chuck Morris says Brian Jackson.
Brian Jackson.
Hey, what's up? Hey, tell him I got a heavyweight that needs to come to Georgia and beat up on some of those supposedly ranked higher than him heavyweights. So
You heard that, Chuck? Gut wrench or leg roll?
Leg lace.
leg lace.
Oh, sure, that too.
Yeah.
I know you grab legs and roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leg lace. Get it right. Get
Get
it
it
right next time. In fact, take a pencil, cross out leg roll, and say leg lace because it kind of it's almost like when someone says, "Hey, when do you play next?" And we're talking about wrestling. You don't play in wrestling.
I
love-
have it fixed.
love-
I'm adjusted.
yeah.
Chuck Morris says, yeah.
Tell them okay.
They're coming. Wings or strips?
Wings.
Wings,
Wings.
wings,
Definitely.
You guys go drums or flats?
flats.
Flat all the way.
Love flats. Single or double?
Single.
Yeah, I like a good double.
All right. I go double when I go to Wendy's.
Oh, right.
Mac and cheese or ramen?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, but real mac and cheese, not that runny stuff.
Yeah, that homemade stuff with like 7 different cheeses in it.
Right, and some egg and buttermilk and yeah.
I bet you Chuck Morris got some good mac and cheese in.
Looks like it, doesn't he? Bless his heart.
Head and arm or suplex?
Suplex.
Soup,
Fries or onion rings?
Fries.
onion rings.
Fries.
Ooh.
I'm old school.
How about the bloomin' onion?
Oh yeah, I love that crazy sauce.
Yeah, I get, they've got the bloomin' onion, but now they have just the onion petals. I'm like, all right. They kind of just give you a little bit of the crispy stuff.
Yeah, I
It's like
love
getting the burnt ends at the barbecue shop.
Love,
Give me the burnt
right,
ends.
right. I'm with you there, brother.
Yeah. Half or cradle?
Half.
Half.
Keep it simple.
Cookies or cake?
Cookies.
What kind of cake?
Cookies. Just answer it, woman.
Oh, no, there's no rules. You tell me. Chocolate, vanilla, pineapple, cream, whatever.
Cookies.
Cookies.
Chocolate chip cookie.
Oreo, yeah, I was just saying Oreos or Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy.
I hate that white stuff in between Oreos. It's like marshmallows. It's unidentifiable.
You go the crunchy Chips Ahoy or the soft ones?
The
Soft.
The soft one.
Soft.
I'm getting old, losing my teeth. So
It hurts when you bite into it.
yeah,
That's like when you're drinking ice water and you're like, whoa, what the hell was that?
yeah, getting old. So the chewy ones.
Man, hey, Shania,
Yes, sir.
Coach Jackson, this has been amazing. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for
Thanks,
having me.
Shania.
Hey, can I get a shout out real quick before you're done and about my program?
You can shout out anything you want.
All right. Hey, look at Missouri Baptist University. We're in the suburbs of Creve Coeur, outside of St. Louis County. Have had an established women's program since 2008. Have had over 6 national champs. world team members with the women's program, have a freestanding wrestling area, offer every type of undergraduate degree from education to criminology to exercise science, have master's programs in those disciplines, counseling, an MBA program, and we also have a doctoral program too. So it's a small private university that offers degrees that a lot of large schools do. And my passion is wrestling, and we have a men and women's program.
That's awesome. You know what? You just shook my memory. That's what I was going to ask Shania. How does coach separate being able to keep you focused on grades, also keep you focused on the mat?
Well, it's student athlete, not athlete student. So he's very like strict on us with the grades and classes, and he'll help us. Like if we have a problem, we'll come to him and be like, "Hey, coach, this teacher, so and so, I'm having trouble," and he'll be like, "What's their name? Give me their information right now."
And he goes in and puts her in a half or a cradle, double legs her.
Yep, all of that.
Yeah, girl, we about to hand fight. You better give that grade.
We don't want that.
No, because I'm sure as coaches, when I talk to them, when they go into a kid's living room, you don't have to sell the kid on the sport that you're recruiting because they want to play the sport, right? But the parent is like, wait, grades, education, what are you doing to help my kid out? How are you going to make sure they stay focused? So yeah, I always ask that question. I remember it was rolling in my brain, and we just went down rabbit holes and had fun. And then I was like, damn, but when you just shouted out your program, your degrees, your grading systems, it made me remember. And I wanted to ask that because that shows a lot on what you're doing and staying focused on these girls and making sure that not only, this isn't about the next 4 years, it's about the next 40 years. So making sure they're staying focused and doing what they got to do to become good people after wrestling.
Most definitely.
And that's awesome. Well, hey, you guys keep shine on. It's upside down. There you go.
I'm a little special.
Boom. There we go. Brian Jackson, MBA. Boom. Men and women's. Hey, get some of your men on here. I'm good with that. Hey, you guys keep kicking ass. Like I tell everybody, I'm a fan now. Of course, your girls come on. I think I've had all three of your Florida girls on, right? I've had Jessica. I've had Ortiz. I've had you. Man, those are three badass girls you took from Florida, man. What do they got, like 9 state championships between them all? Man, yeah, you must be buying Kerwin some good steak when you come down here. That doesn't happen in college wrestling, okay? All right.
Hey, thank you for all you do, brother. We appreciate it. Much love.
For sure. Thank you. Anything I can do, you want to send me more girls, I'm down.
All right, brother.
See ya. Hey, Shania, thanks.
Thank you for